Hi, Mike. Can you look over here, please, Mike?
It's your buddy Mike Messier here in Messier Central. A lot of people have been saying, Mike, what's going on with you, Mike? What's the problem? So I'm going to take off my glasses right now and look deep into your eyes, dear viewer. Say that everything's fine in Messier world, Mike Messier, me world, Mike, as you might know me. Everything's fine and dandy, but you know, I want to share with you guys a theory that I've been listening to recently. The theory is on the winter season, and as it's October now, and a lot of us in New England didn't really receive much of a summer. It wasn't very hot. But as we're moving forward, trudging along through the year into the wintry months coming up, it also seems that a lot of us are going through some hard times if you would, hard times in this world. The economy and people's lives are pretty miserable, it seems. So the theory on this is it's a wintry season, and not just a wintry time of year, but a time of life. So I'm going to, in the YouTube description of this video, include a link, hopefully if it'll take, to this article about the winter season and what that means. So the winter season means basically, this is a theory that Tony Robbins is sharing. Tony Robbins you may or may not have heard of. He's been a motivational speaker guy for a long time. He's very good at what he does, I believe. But here's some notes that I'm just stealing from familysponge.com / let me start over, familysponge.com /health / weathering - tough - times / there's a video on there with Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, and the Schtick Man says this about the wintry season of life. Winter doesn't last forever. Get close to your family. Study like crazy. No problem is permanent. Focus on post-traumatic growth. Discover how strong you are. Let's take a look at some of these that are interesting. Winter doesn't last forever. So basically what they're saying is that this miserable time of year will soon or at some point go away. That we're not going to be miserable and sad and broke and poor and trying to make movies and getting frustrated our whole fucking lives, that eventually things will clear up. So that's good to know. Then we say, get close to your family. Now, some people say, well, I don't like my family, or my family is estranged or strange, or I prefer the company of my friends. So perhaps you can work on that. Then you say, the next one is study like crazy. Now, what does that mean, study like crazy? Well, you say, well, I'm out of college, I'm out of high school, I got my GED, I'm fine, I don't need to study. Well, if you follow the Mike Messier tenets and you watch the Messier moments, you know the whole shtick with the books to read, the Zen and the Art of Making a Living, the Lunar Tao, all the books I like. You got your classics like the old Think and Grow Rich, and you got the Magic of Thinking Big, and so on and so forth. So you might want to just look at that as I adjust Mike Messier camera, getting you a little less extreme to my head. Now we move over this way so you can see Rocky's chin. Might want to just formulate my hair a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help. And we're back in white, not back in black. Happy birthday to Brian Johnson the other day. It was his birthday, speaking of Back in Black AC/DC songs. Then we say this, study like crazy. Okay, so read some books. No problem is permanent. That's good to know. Everything is transitional, even death, it would seem. Ooh, to get deep, because you might die, but then you are reborn. Focus on post-traumatic growth. Now, what does that mean? Well, this one I can relate to a little bit. Post-traumatic stress syndrome, post-traumatic stress. A lot of people throw that term around, like, oh, I experienced this horrible situation, and I feel post-traumatic stress, and it sucks, and I'm freaked out. Okay, well, that's true, but what can you do once you've experienced this, and I'm not discounting whatever the situation is, but once you've experienced it, what can you get out of it? What can you learn, if anything? Or maybe you just learned this, that you're a survivor, that you can survive horrible things and come out the other side and be a little more experienced and worldly for the adventure. Not that you necessarily want to be that, experience a lot of bad shit, but it might be good somehow to strengthen the bones, as it were. Now I can go into a whole lot of personal stuff right now, but I won't, because the Messier moment has, you know, I'm speaking like a crazy person saying the Messier moment instead of just saying I. But I have learned that some things you don't want to reveal publicly. Like, you want to keep your little mysteries, your secrets. So I will not reveal everything about my personal life. Suffice to say, I've experienced some odd duck situations, and those things tend to be revealed in narrative, as it were. Fiction. Discover how strong you are. It basically goes back to what I was saying. And once again, discover how strong you are. This article is coming from the Tony Robbins thing. He didn't even create it himself. He got it from a couple of authors on a book, the book of which I cannot find the title to, of course. But it is in the Tony Robbins Schtick Man. You know, I go along with his stuff, and I read and listen to his audio CDs. I'm just reading as through the power of the internet, I'm reading as I'm doing the Messier moment. Now I want to scratch my nose, but it's not going to look good on camera, so I'll hold off on scratching my nose. But suffice to say, the Messier moment has experienced its own wintry season. And we're coming on strong. In the following weeks, we'll have some great Messier moments with awesome guests. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to be like, whoa, where did this come from? High production values outside of the Messier den, the Zen den, and you're going to be really proud of me, if that's the word. So, Messier moment is going to conclude with Schtick Schmaltz. If you do feel that you've learned anything in this situation, it's that basically the theory is that we're in this winter of discontent, and we're all miserable and sad, and bad things are happening to us. But we'll get through it because we are people, and that's what we do. So, thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. Schtick Man Schmaltz. And there you go.
Hi, Mike. Can you look over here, please, Mike?